Hey there, it's Eva Balat with evabalat.com, and I'm excited to be bringing this video to you. I recently did an interview, and my guest will be showing you how you can have a low-cost strategy utilizing Facebook and social media, get high engagement and high conversion. So get a pen and paper handy, take notes, and also take action on the information that you're about to get. Enjoy the interview. Bye. Thank you so much for visiting evabalat.com. I am Eva Balat. Today we have a very, very special guest. This is somebody who is crushing it online, and she's getting a lot of results through social media, specifically utilizing Facebook to get a lot of engagement, interaction with her prospects and leads, and converting them into sales. Okay, so this is Nenasia
Yes.
Rael Williams. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing great, and I'm
Thanks.
happy to be on your show. Like, is this a show? Is this one of your YouTube shows or something?
Yes, it's one of my YouTube
Okay.
channels. We are a Freedom on Purpose channel, and we just got introduced to Nenasia, got connected with her. We're actually a part of the same business, which is Empower Network, and the same team, which is the Dream Team and Team Automated Income Group. And we're the fastest growing team inside of Empower Network, as well as the #1 retention based team in the group as well. It's because we have a very strong community. We know how to get people in business, but we also know how to keep them in business, in our business. Because we have a very strong community, we know how to get connected, and what we do is we share each other's results. I was able to see what Nenasia was doing. She was getting some crazy results with her and her husband, and I reached out to her, asked her what was going on, what strategies were you using. She was nice enough to share them with me, and now we're here doing this interview, and she's going to be sharing with you some of the strategies regarding Facebook. Now, if you would just give a quick intro, Nenasia, about yourself, your career background, what attracted you to online marketing and specifically Empower Network.
Well, to give you a little bit of background, prior to Empower Network, I was a frustrated small business owner. About 13 years ago, I started a private school for my son.
Mm-hmm.
And, I had every intentions on having the school so that I can be closer to my son and be with him every day. Well, what ended up happening was, you have employees and you have this large staff, and I'm dealing with a lot of students and families, and I ended up putting myself in a box. And although I was able to see my son every day, he knew that I was right around the corner in my office, and I knew that he was back there in his classroom being taught by various teachers. What ended up happening was that I found myself working sometimes 12, 13, 14, even 18-hour shifts. Those
Wow.
who are in the childcare and education industry know that you can find yourself working around the clock, and although it's great money, at the end of the day, I didn't even have energy for my own son. And later, when I had my daughter, I didn't even have the energy to be with them. And so, what they would tell me was that, "Mommy, we have you, but we don't have you. You're there, but you're not there." And those words constantly ring in my head, because I knew that I wasn't being fully present with my children. And so, I wanted to find a better way. And after 13 years, I was burnt out. So I quickly began to go to the internet and just search for options, because I knew that if I could automate my business, that would free up my time. It would eliminate my overhead, having a brick and mortar building, and I would just be able to deal with my clients online. And so for the last, I want to say, 2 years, I've been studying how to do that. But there were systems out there that worked, but I didn't have the support,
Right.
and have that person that I could pick up the phone and call, just like you called me. And like when I'm stuck, to have that person say, "Oh, okay, well, all you have to do is this," or
Right.
to get me to that next step. And so it wasn't until May that I stumbled upon Empower Network, or someone who was marketing Empower Network. And, I found her on Facebook and didn't even reach out to her, just joined.
Wow.
And I figured, if she was a mother of 6 children who had retired her husband from his 6-figure income job, and I had been following her feed, and so I was figuring, like, if she could do it, surely, I deal with 50 or 60 kids a day. Surely she feels my pain with, having to interact and deal with just 6 of her children. So, as a mother and just wanting to be closer to my children, I just saw what she was doing and immediately signed up. And when I signed up, initially I was just looking for a way to market my business and to automate it and to, get the word out about what I was actually doing, which was, running my private school and offering homeschool support. And then I also had a travel business that I had been running since 2005, and I just wanted more tips on marketing. And so within the first 2 weeks, I want to say I signed up back in May, the end of May 30th. And just the next day, someone signed up without me even marketing it.
Wow.
I just put a link out there, on Facebook. I just put one post, and a friend of mine just signed up. So I got to sign up like the next day without even really, really, making an effort.
Yeah.
But what I was doing was I started marketing my travel business, using the techniques that I had learned in the back office of the Empower Network, and some of the strategies that I was watching, my sponsor do. She had held a training, and I just took heed. Like, if she said do ABC, I did ABC. And let me tell you, within the first 2 weeks, I saw a $10,000 or over $10,000 increase in my travel business. Wow. Just from using the techniques. And so that is what made me pay attention. The moment that I put the first post on Facebook about my travel business, I noticed that, I would, people were commenting and liking and things like that. So I began to use the method of posting 9 times a day, and, using, 3 inspirational posts, 3 personal things that I was posting, and then 3 direct, business sale type of posts. And what I saw was that at first I was just posting maybe once or twice on Facebook every other day. But the moment that I started posting frequently, it was like my products was in front of them regularly. And so people remembered me. And I started to get referrals, and people would call me and say, oh, I'm looking for, some travel bookings for XYZ date. And I would say, well, how did you hear about how did you hear about our business? And it was like, oh, a friend of mine shared something on Facebook. So that was, the bell that went off in my head. Okay, Facebook, I need to do more Facebook marketing.
Right.
And so when I saw that $10,000 increase in sales, that's when I really started to study the information in the back office and different strategies, and getting myself all set up and, properly, and listening to the Inner Circle audio, and just expanding, because I knew I was stepping into an arena that I was very unfamiliar with. And so I started to just learn, and, the more you learn, the more you grow. So I want to say I took about a month, the whole month of June, to just really study this information. Right. And then I'm going to say, just posting gradually, something clicked and told me I just need to start posting more about the Empower Network. Well, in June, I wasn't really pushing it, but, just little stuff that I was doing, about a few more, maybe like 3 or 4 more people signed up. And, that was considered a good month. And, I was satisfied with like 4 or 5 people in that first month without even really pushing it. I was more focused again on my travel business. And I was just studying the Empower Network, trainings. And so my husband and I just decided to go to one of the events that was held recently in Denver. And I'm going to tell you that when I went to the event, that's when it hit. I completely understood the vision of the company, and I saw the energy of the people, and all the different types of people with different abilities and backgrounds who were actually blogging and marketing online for a living. So this was very inspiring. And, you know, this was the first time that I was like, wow, I could do this and really set myself free. So I'm going to tell you that 3-day weekend, my husband and I, we started marketing like crazy people. And I'm going to tell you, we were in Denver for 3 or 4 days. And as we were leaving on our way back to Virginia, we had signed up 10 people.
Wow.
In just a weekend.
Wow.
And so, you know, that's when the light bulb went off again, because as we are signing people up, this is residual. So this is based off of efforts that we only had to do one time, and the money still comes every month.
That's right.
So again, another light bulb. We need to start building our team. And, you know, we made a commitment to focus on really empowering people and, you know, really giving them the tools and the strategies that we are using that is working for us. And so for every person that we signed up, we had individual, you know, strategy sessions with them, individual conversations with them to see, you know, what's their goals, you know, what are their backgrounds, so that we can understand who we were working with. And so that in itself, some of our partners who are with us, they're like, well, most businesses that we start, you know, once you sign up, you don't even hear from the people.
Exactly.
From the people. And so they really appreciated the fact that we were taking a lot of time out, you know, with them to really, you know, get them set up and structured properly so that they can be on their way. And so some of the strategies that we used, and I don't mind if you don't mind me sharing, was proof marketing. Okay. So with proof marketing,
before you get into that, because you said a lot, but I also wanted to make sure that we caught what you were saying. Let's go back to the fact that you are a traditional small business owner, and how Empower Network has been helping you build something outside of Empower. So this is, a lot of people get it twisted that when you get involved in Empower Network, it's just promotion of Empower. And we're really utilizing this platform to uplift other businesses, other people's ideas, other people's messages. And as a small business owner, you just said you had a $10,000 increase from studying the marketing. That's phenomenal. That's amazing. And also, I just want to make sure that small business owners, this is an amazing suite of marketing courses that can actually put revenue back into your pocket, especially with you know, the summer ending, and you know, people really going back into the regular routine. So people are not sure as far as how fall income will go. But when you're utilizing market courses to help your business, this is the type of results that you can get just by implementing and utilizing the services. So I wanted to highlight that. The second thing I wanted to highlight is that you went to an event and a whole bunch of light bulbs went off, right?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
So how do you go to an event and then have 10 people signed up by the time you get home? That speaks to the power of event. Can you speak to that?
Well, when we went to the event, just picture 6,000 people in an audience. And first of all, the event was like none other that I have ever been to. And when we saw the amount of people, again, I must emphasize different backgrounds, meaning income backgrounds, different nationalities. People came from all over the world, and different abilities. There were
Right.
people who were, we met people who were blind. We met people who were, may have been disabled in some sort of way. We even met people who were battling cancer and, other illnesses and ailments in their lives. Or, we even met people who maybe got a rough start in life,
Right.
and no one will hire them. And so they created employment for themselves online. And so it was just a wide array of people. Like, no one fit in a specific cookie cutter mode. And so that was something that told me that, okay, anybody can do it. We even had, the 12-year-old boy who was blogging about video games and was making income, under his father's name online. And so it was really inspiring because, first of all, this was a company event that had children, people were bringing their families, and, it was a place where all was welcome. So that was inspiring. And then it was a place where a bunch of like-minded people gathered. So we were able to build and network and walk away from that event with friends and people that we still keep in contact with today.
Yep.
And these were all people that we met online. And so that in itself, sometimes people have this stigma about meeting people online, like, oh, but that's the way of the world. Like, the internet makes the world so much smaller and allows us to connect and relate to people from around the world. I have been invited to so many different people's countries and into their homes just off of relationships that I've built online. So that in itself was just our wow moment.
That's amazing. Our Empower Network events are legendary. We're actually, at the time of this recording, we're coming up in October in our regional events. We're having 4 regional events. And, this is just to speak to the power of Empower Network. They want you to be able to get impacted by any means necessary. They're bringing the events as close as possible to you to shatter your excuses and really get plugged into a community that's going to uplift you and say yes to your dream, allow you to have the platform to really do what it is that you want to do and not get judged, not get ridiculed for you being you. So our Empower Network community is absolutely amazing. But let's move forward and speak about the specific training, the specific strategies that really has, gotten you some amazing results, and it's results-based marketing, aka social proof marketing. Would you tell the people what exactly social proof marketing is for those who don't know?
Well, if I was to put it in my own words, any results that you are getting in your business, no matter how small or how large, share it. Because when you share your results, then people, see more value in what you're doing. And so if I have 1 or 2 or 5 or 6 opt-ins, well, that may not seem like a lot to some people, but to others that might, who are not getting any results,
huge.
That's huge. And on a day, if we're getting 50 or 60 opt-ins, well, that's even better. And so we will share, something as simple as opt-ins. When we are blogging or vlogging, which is shooting videos like this, and we end up ranking on the first page of Google, we share our results because it is the result of the knowledge that we're getting in the training that's offered by Empower Network. And so we share those results, and people are like, okay, wow, you're ranked at number 1 out of so many millions of people or websites that are out there. You're consistently ranking number 1. And that's because we are just following the simple instructions in the back office. And another thing is that we're actually celebrating. Like, when we get a sign up, we're celebrating the people and welcoming them. And and so when others see you're welcoming people to your team, they see growth and they see that you're someone who is on the grow as well. And you must be doing something right if you are bringing in all of these people and, are able to duplicate yourself or duplicate the results that you're getting. And so when people, I guess my friends and colleagues and different people that I'm associated with on the internet, when they see the results, then that piques their interest. And then all of a sudden you get all of these friend requests or people following you. And one thing that I do is whenever somebody follow me, I say, I reach out to them. Don't follow, let's be friends. Because, that's what it's all about. It's about building relationships and, don't just watch someone, reach out and talk to them and, and just find out what they're doing, which is exactly what you did.
Right. Now, our community is one of the biggest ones where we celebrate each other. We love upon each other. And that's one of the reasons why I reached out to Nasia, because she was getting a lot of people signed up, and we were high-fiving her and welcoming her new teammates. But I want to emphasize it doesn't matter what type of results. We give the same energy and enthusiasm for the person who just got their first lead to the person who had 3 signups in a day. We want to celebrate all types of results. Those getting ranked on the first page of Google. There's a lot of people who would die to be on the first page of Google. So to celebrate somebody, to find a community that's going to corral around you for all your efforts, for all the things that you're doing, but also show you how, the results that you're getting anyway can bring you profit, can be your marketing tool. That's phenomenal as well. And you also mentioned that, you're not just allowing people just to follow you. You're also telling them to, connect with you. And that's what I know you had mentioned that to me before about how you have like a high touch follow-up method that you use to really get connection and engagement with your friends. Can you share about that?
Sure. I'm the type of person that I don't allow people to just opt in, and ride my list and just watch the emails and open them but don't respond. So as soon as someone opts in, I'll go and search for them. I'll search for them on Facebook. I'll put their email address in Google, and I'll find them somewhere on social media, somewhere out there. It seems like majority of us are now are on LinkedIn or YouTube or Facebook or something, Twitter, Instagram. You can find them somewhere if they have an account with that email that's associated with that email. And then for the small few, I want to say about 85 to 90% of the people I'm able to find on social media. Mm-hmm. And so if I can't track them down on Facebook, I'll track them down on another social media outlet. And I'll say, hey, I see, this is Nina C. I see that you opted in on one of my pages. Let's get connected. I'm starting a new coaching session. Would love to have you on my team. I reach out to them in a very personal way, and it starts that dialogue. And so it kind of gets them, to like say, oh, okay, well, usually when no one expects you to write,
you're a real person.
And then you contact, and then I take it a step further. Like if I find them on Facebook, especially for my international clients, because now we have, people that are on our team from a few different countries. And let's say that they are, of course, the time difference is great. So they might be like 5 or 6 or 8 hours ahead of us, sometimes 12 hours ahead of them. So what I would do is I would send them a follow-up message, just letting them know that I know that they opted in and if they had any questions or whatever. But Facebook has a feature where you can send a voice message. And so voice messages are very powerful because, it's not a script. It lets the person know that you are a real person. And they can hear your, the sound of your voice. They can hear even the excitement in your voice, and that you are, and, that you're genuine and that you are, wanting to connect with them and help them out. And so I send voice messages to people that opt in, and that's a feature that's on Facebook. So I guess, finding the people that's opting in and staying connected to them.
Right.
And then, not everyone may be interested in your opportunity. But the great thing about Empower Network is that they teach you all different kinds of ways to generate an income online. So we have several different other things that someone may be interested. But the number one thing that Empower Network teaches how to market. And I don't care what business, you could be having a lemonade stand on the corner. If you don't have people that know about that stand, you don't have any flyers that you pass out or some sort of marketing strategy, then you're not in business. And so Empower Network teaches you, some of the latest and best marketing strategies that are out there so that you can get as much traffic to your business. And whether that business is online traffic or foot traffic, you have to become a master marketer. And that's what Empower Network teaches. That's the core of its products.
Yes, that's right. That's right. That's right. I couldn't say it better. I couldn't say it better if it was me myself. But I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule. I appreciate you doing this interview with me. Would you mind leaving our viewers one final action tip to help them, start implementing your strategy today?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for having me on your show. And if I could leave the people out there with one tip, I would say consistency. And the more you market, you got to market a lot. If you market a little bit, you're going to get a little bit of results. If you market a whole lot, then you're going to get a lot of results. And you have to be consistent. That is the number one thing that I find amongst some people that I interact with is that they don't have consistency. They may have a day where they're fully charged and they want to go, gun-ho and headstrong in it. And then tomorrow is nothing, or the next day is nothing, and then they want to do it again. We do this every day. My husband and I spend about 2 to 3 hours out of our day of doing what we call income producing activities, which is marketing.
Right.
And then the rest of our time is spent learning and expanding our minds and developing ourselves.
Right.
And so that would be my number one tip, which is kind of like 2 tips, is be consistent.
Yes.
Market. Don't give up. That's all one.
Right.
And then the other one is, be willing and open to learn.
Okay.
Because just because you aren't used to doing it this way, you got to be open to wanting to do it a different way, because that different way could give you 10 times the result.
Okay, so I got 3 tips. I got be consistent, take massive action, take a lot of action, and make sure that you plug in and learn new strategies. Oh, keep your mind open to learning new strategies. So I got 3 tips. We got a bonus today. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Where can people find you on Facebook?
Well, you can find us at www.facebook.com/Nate and Nin. That's NATEANDNIN. Nate and Nin.
Okay, awesome. I'll have that written in the description box as well. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Till the next video, stay awesome and live life on purpose. Bye.
Thank you. You do the same. Peace.